So here's the gravel bike again. This thing uses the SRAM AXS system, which means I have a battery powered derailleur. So when I shift, it's powered by a battery. It also means I've got to charge it, and I'm susceptible to leaving that thing on the charger and then going somewhere and not having a battery, which will ruin your ride because you can't shift. So I am pretty good at remembering my bike computer. And so what I think I'm gonna do is make something that will fit right into this mount that reminds me to grab the battery so that I don't forget. I'm super excited about being able to do this kind of thing. I think the barrier to entry for bringing something to life from your imagination is lower than ever these days, which it allows you to, I don't know, rapidly prototype and imagine something and bring it to reality and really feel it in your hands. And I think that's super exciting. So that's what I enjoy about doing this most, is that I can find problems that I have and bring exactly the solution that I'm looking for to life without having to go buy it from somebody else. So here it is. Came out exactly how I expected and how I imagined. So it's exactly what I was thinking it would be. Don't really love the colors of filament that I use, but that's okay. It's enough to prove the point. So I think the idea is sound. This makes it super obvious to me when I come up to my bike that I need to remember to bring the battery. But the one problem, well, a couple of problems actually. The first one is this is really thin right here. It's a little hard to take on and off, so I think I can improve that. The other thing is, where am I going to keep this when I'm not using it? So if, let's say, the battery is on the bike, where do I keep this thing? Because I don't need to remember the battery, so I don't really have a good place to keep it, and I don't want it to get lost. So an idea that I had is I'm going to just take the geometry of the battery and put it onto this thing so that this can either clip into my battery charger when I'm not using it, or clip onto the bike when the battery is charging. That way it's always in the right spot. And I think this is a perfect opportunity or a perfect explanation of kind of what I mean about this, the low barrier to entry and rapid prototyping. I think it's super cool to be able to create this thing, see it in real life, try it, feel it in your hands, and then realize, oh, it's not exactly what I wanted. I had something in mind and it didn't end up working how I wanted. So I'm going to redo it. And hopefully the next iteration is closer to what I was looking for. So here's what I got off the printer. I think it's functioning as I wanted. I wanted it to be able to clip here. I think that's going to be a good reminder. I also decided I wanted to clip onto the charger, which it totally can do. But another thing that's kind of cool that could come in handy depending on how I like to work is it also, because it fits into the charger, can fit into the derailleur. It's a nice bright reminder that my battery is not there. So I guess really quick I could also show there's the charger, and so it just clips in just like the real battery would, so that I can leave it in there when I'm not using it, and it'll, when I swap them, I can bring this back and put it on the bike. So I think that's going to work for me. I'm pretty happy with it. I wanted to just quickly talk about a little bit of the process that it took to get here, because I think sometimes I have gotten frustrated that maybe it takes me too many tries to get things done, or I see things online and it seems like they got it perfectly on the first try, and that's definitely not the case. I mean, I started out with this design as I showed, and I ended up not liking the way that it functioned once I created it, and so then I had to keep iterating on that. And in doing that, that had multiple steps that were, for me, challenging, like getting the battery geometry correct. I had to try this multiple times to get it to fit properly. And then once I had that, I was able to make a design to try again. And this worked pretty well, although one problem that it had was I didn't account for the space that it would need to clip into the charger, so it didn't actually work. So that was another failure. And then from there, I modified it again, and I might keep modifying it, but for now, it works. It fits into the charger. I clearanced that part so that it fits properly. But I just wanted to show that to say, like, keep trying. If it's frustrating or you feel like you want to give up, I get that, but keep trying and you can figure it out. And it's nice because you can just keep trying and it's not too expensive. Thanks for hanging in there till the end. Hopefully it was interesting. I'm thinking what I'll work on next is this box of CNC parts that's been haunting me for the past few years, honestly. I found it when I moved, and hopefully I can get something going with that. So if you're interested in that, that's probably what I'll be doing next. Anyway, thanks for watching.